Right then, lads, welcome back to 99 Sport. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. This is your Manchester United West Ham preview. We're going to be diving into that game. Huge game for West Ham. Huge game for Manchester United. And I've got to think about now, and I'm going to think in this way. United win it. They go above West Ham. Their top four dreams are alive. West Ham could sink Manchester United, and that game in hand they have against them is useless. Interesting, because it's a game where you think both teams really need it, and that is the gist of this video. How important is that game to West Ham, and how important is that game to Manchester United? A struggling Manchester United, they're struggling to find that kind of consistency between 2 or 3 games. They just need to find 2 or 3 consecutive wins to start from there. West Ham, they have found that it looks like this season they have already found out who they are, what they're capable of, what they can do, and we know how deadly they are. So we're going to be looking at the predicted lineups. We're going to be looking at both managers, what they need to do to win this game, and the most important thing here is what United need to do to beat West Ham, because United are the bigger side in this one. Right, smash a like on the video, do subscribe, check out the sports channel. It's a brand new YouTube channel, and what it does, it brings you the latest in terms of your player profiles. What they do is player profiling. They've already done with one for Chess Fabregas, and they will do many others, so make sure you do check them out. Link is in the video description. They're called the sports channel. As simple as that. Sports channel, right? Sports channel. As simple as that. Let's get to the content. Let's start off with the predicted lineups. How could these two teams line up in that really busy clash tomorrow? All right, so if you look at if you look here on SofaScore, these are the predicted lineups that have been provided. I love SofaScore, and I always use them. Diego Dalot for Manchester United at right back. Obviously, De Gea should be in goal. Rafa Varane and Harry Maguire. Maguire has not been starting for a couple of matches now, and he's back in. I don't know whether this has been an interesting one, because Maguire against Mikel Antonio. It's one that Manchester United fans are going to be really cautious about. Harry Maguire is that kind of centre back that you feel is good. You feel like there is some quality in there, but it just keeps on messing up. But Maguire is back, and Rafa Varane, I think that should be the centre back pairing that we see. Alex Telles at left back, Fred and Scott McTominay. I think he would play a 4-3-3. It worked well against Brentford, and I expect him to play the same system against West Ham. So Fred, McTominay, and Bruno Fernandes in a midfield 3. Anthony Elanga had a brilliant game against Brentford. Scored such a beautiful goal. I expect him to be rewarded. Mason Greenwood as well, getting onto the score sheet in their last fixture, and Bruno Fernandes really being magnificent in that one. So I think Mason Greenwood keeps his spot. Ronaldo keeps his spot as well, and Anthony Elanga as well. Right. If I'm to change anything in this Manchester United side, honestly, I would start Donny van der Beek in this side. I don't think he will give Donny van der Beek a chance, really. So I think the starting lineup should stay as it was against Brentford. This is West Ham. Of course, they've really found that kind of spark and good 11. They do have a couple of players out actually, but I think they will just look good. Lucas Fabianski in goal. Aaron Cresswell, Issa Diop, Craig Dawson, and Kofor in a back four. Thomas Susek and Declan Rice. That is the strength of this side. That is the beauty of West Ham. Declan Rice and Thomas Susek. Whenever that pivot is working, whenever that pivot is okay, they are absolutely brilliant. Manuel Lanzini, who's back in form. Pablo Forners, Gerard Bowen. I think he's in the form. He is in the form of his life, and West Ham should be very lucky to have him in that form. And then Mikel Antonio, who is going to be, for me, one of the players that are really going to decide this game. I mean, any changes to West Ham at the moment? You don't think you might have thought they need Benrahma in this game, but of course Benrahma won't be available for that game. Yes, I think Algeria have crashed out of AFCON, but I don't think it would be available for that game. So to think about it honestly, lads, then it's going to be those are the starting lineups that we will be seeing for West Ham and Manchester United. Honestly, to think about it, I think United will be more confident than West Ham coming into this game. And it's not because they've won against Brentford. It's not because they've won away from home against Brentford, because we know how good they've been, for quite some time actually, on the road. They've been very good. This season, they've really struggled a little bit at home. 8 games, they've lost 3 of them, and of course they've not won the rest of the 5. So you can understand that, at home, they've been a little bit shambolic. But I think they'll be feeling like, after beating the Brentford, after putting in that good performance, they just feel like they want to go again. They feel like we want to go again. We need to go again. We need to go and get another another 3 points. And I think what is important for what is important for Manchester United in this game is that they're below West Ham by 2 points. They have 35 points on the table, and West Ham do have 37 on 37 points, like you could see there. So United know they have a game in hand against West Ham. So if they beat West Ham, that means they will go above West Ham by a point with a game in hand. That absolutely relieves pressure for Manchester United, because at the moment things are not really looking very good for them. I think they're left around they're left with only 17 games this season, and they just need to get in the top 4 to be safe. They need to be around the top 4. Yes, they're around the top 4, because if you look at West Ham in the top 4, they're only 2 points behind, and they have a game in hand. If you look at Spurs, their Spurs do have games in hand, but they're only a point above them. Arsenal, who are only a point, who are only they're on the same points as Arsenal, but they're they're game above. So you feel as if you're Manchester United, this is a time, this is a zone where you don't drop points. You can't drop points. You can't afford to do that. And I know I absolutely know they understand that. So it's a very important one for Manchester United. West Ham, I mean, they lose games you think they will win, and they win games you think they will lose. They've beaten Chelsea, they've beaten Liverpool, and then they lost to Arsenal. You thought when they beat Liverpool and Liverpool and Chelsea, it just felt like they will beat Arsenal automatically. But then they lost flat, hands down to Arsenal. And I think that is what Manchester United need to capitalize on. They don't need to create this kind of respect, this kind of fear for West Ham. They just need to play their game. They just need to play, the way they can. Because West Ham do really lose games you don't expect them to lose. And I think that is a point United have to think about, as they come into this one. Can we beat West Ham? A West Ham that is really, also very inconsistent. Because if they were consistent, then they would be around, in the top 3. Because look, they're very few points behind Chelsea. I think around 9 points. I think around 9 points behind Chelsea. But if you look at the nature in which they're losing points, United can have a point of confidence. But also West Ham, I think it's a point for Manchester United as well. West Ham have been taking points off the big 6 or off the big 4, like, easily. Very easily. Yes, they've lost to clubs like Manchester City. That was really close, because City almost lost that game, or they almost lost points in that game. But they've taken points off better teams like Chelsea and Liverpool. So United have to think about that, and they'll be like, right, what we have to do in order to keep this alive, and it's not that easy. Honestly, it's not going to be that easy of a fixture, right? So In my opinion, prediction, I'm going to go with Manchester United 2, West Ham 2. I think both teams do, will score. West Ham, I don't see them fail to score. Mikel Antonio probably getting onto the score sheet. But I also feel like United will score and more than one. So 2-2 for me is my prediction. But I won't be surprised if United walk away with maximum points in this game. Right, smash a like on the video and let me know what you think about this game and who you think will actually win it, and I'll speak to you right in the next one.